The spooky season has officially begun. It's been a few days since I've been on the server, but it looks like I'm not the only one who's been decorating. Just look how lovely all these pumpkins are, and I absolutely love that they put sea pickles on top of them as stems. That is so cute. Hey everyone, I'm Stellar Eclipse, and welcome back to the next episode of Interstellar SMP. We are back here on the server, and we have some exciting plans for today. Last episode, we went ahead and explored the wild where we found our lovely pumpkin friends, and I guess now I'm sort of the deemed pumpkin cult leader, which is perfect because I made this lovely new skin to match my new attire, including like the back. I even did the cute little elastics for the buns, and I think it turned out really cute. I am now perfectly fit to be a pumpkin cult leader. And speaking of pumpkins, I think that it is time that we made them a pumpkin patch. That way, we can grow more of them and we can spread them with the other server members so everyone can have their own pumpkins. But speaking of pumpkins, we should probably go ahead and check on our dear friends. It's been a few days since I've been on the server and... What? Why are there melons all over my house? And why are all the trapdoors unflipped? Hello? What in the stars happened? I literally left the server for 3 days! It is I, Watermelon Cult Leader. I shall conquer the pumpkin world and forbid its existence. Sorry for the griefing? What? There's literally melons all over my house? Okay, and all the trapdoors are unflipped. Who did this? Who is this so deemed Watermelon Cult Leader? I would like an answer, please. Honestly, I'm not sure whether I'm confused or upset, honestly. I don't know what to make of this. But someone certainly watched my first episode. Clearly, I have some sort of person who really dislikes pumpkins so much that they put watermelons all over my face. Let's remove these. This certainly clashes with the look I'm trying to go for here, but I guess that I can just put these all in my storage room for now. I'm trying to be like cute Halloween pumpkin vibes, not summer watermelon vibes. So my question is, who even has permissions to place things at my base? I really don't remember giving perms to anyone. I'll have to conduct an investigation to discover who is the culprit. Whoever did this certainly has dedication. I am getting so many melons from this. Okay, now I just have to flip all the trapdoors back because someone flipped them all for some reason. Alright, I've cleaned up all the melons, so I think we're back to normal. I shall conquer the pumpkin world. I do not like the sound of that. It looks like we have some sort of enemy on our hands. Who that is, we're gonna have to discover later. We still have some things to do today, so let me just break these signs and let's get on with our plans. Now we really gotta hurry up with our plans, because if we have someone who's trying to conquer us, we gotta spread our pumpkin rain faster. I already have all the necessary materials, so let's head over to the site and start the process, I guess. Alright, so this is the spot that I chose to build the pumpkin patch. Personally, I chose this because it is a flat land and it shouldn't be too hard to terraform. While the mountain in the background is a bit questionable in generation, that is something that I can get over easily. And honestly, I don't want to search hundreds of blocks just to find this one perfect spot, so I think this area will do. So I have a little setup here with my bed, my crafting table, and a chest, which I'm going to put in a few supplies that I got, which isn't much because it's a pumpkin patch. What else are you? You're not really building anything, you're just planting stuff. But in case we want to do some little fence posts here and there, I have some wood to do so, and of course I have the pumpkins, which we are actually going to go ahead and shear. Perfect, so we have some pumpkin seeds to start with. I'm gonna go ahead and do some terraforming and I'll get back to you guys once I'm done. Alright, so I've done a bit of terraforming and I've evened out the field, so now I think we are ready to start planting. I do want to start by making a path down the middle of the patch so that way we can just nicely walk through it. I'm trying to make this path a bit uneven and curve around so it's just not a boring straight line. I'm not going to make the pumpkin patch too big to start off with, but eventually we're going to continue expanding outwards all the way back there. So the pathway is pretty much done, but I do want to add some slabs. And now I'm gonna just place the slabs like this so we can easily climb up without having to jump over the blocks. Next, we want to add some greenery. So I'm just gonna plant some oak trees just to give this flat land a bit of dimension. We're stuck under the tree again. I'm gonna chop them down because I don't want the one block trees. I want the ones that actually look pretty good. So let's try again. There we go, that looks much better. That tree is very questionable. So we got some trees planted and it's already looking a lot nicer. Next, I think it is time that we officially plant the pumpkins. Let's just pick a few locations to just break a block, place water. So I made some lanterns and I was thinking we could just like put them underneath the trees and it would look really cute. Looking very cute, I like it. Next I was thinking we should craft some trapdoors and put them over the water so that way when you walk there you won't fall into it. So if we put them like this, it's still gonna water the ground, but you can't like walk into it. Now we can start planting a few pumpkins around the water and we have to spam to make them grow fast so that way the pumpkins can start appearing. Look, one of them already grew! Now we just gotta do the exact same thing for all the others. Alright, so I've started planting some pumpkins and the pumpkin patch is starting to grow and it's looking really nice so far. I am going to have to plant some more pumpkins, but I do think that it is a great start. I think if we put the coarse dirt around, it's gonna make the ground look more soiled and more dead because like during fall when the grass starts to dry up, it's going to look more realistic this way. So we can just like pop some over near the pumpkins. Yeah, I like how it looks. It's more realistic this way. It definitely looks more realistic. Obviously, we will need to do a bit more texturing later, but I think it's a great start. I also want to do a bit of bone meal here and there, just to have a little bit of texture within the grass and have some flowers. I've been cutting the tall grass, but maybe I should leave it, that way it has that overgrown vibe. Yeah, it actually looks nice. It's looking really nice so far, I gotta say. We have a lovely sign that says, "Welcome to Stella's Pumpkin Patch." And if we just walk up, you have a lovely view of the pumpkins, and it looks amazing. I do want to make some jack-o'-lanterns so we can have some lighting up in the pumpkin patches as well. We can just place them throughout wherever we feel. I would love to find a lush cave so we could get some moss and actually put some around here because I think that would look really nice. I just had a great idea. We should totally do flying candles in the sky. That would look so spooky and perfect. I'm not sure if I have the materials though. I believe we need honeycomb. Honeycomb and string. I think I have some string left over from when I was going hunting for some mobs. Honeycomb is something I don't have, but I think it's also something that is sold in the shop area. So let's go take a look. Certainly someone's gotta sell it. So this is the shop area. I don't think I've showed you guys this area before, but this is where we can create shops and different players can buy from each other. I need some honeycomb, and I'm pretty sure Nikki's Mart sells some, if I'm not mistaken. Here, honeycomb for 2 diamonds. That's perfect. Beautiful. Now we can go ahead and craft our candles. 5. I honestly thought that I would get more from 5 pieces of string. Okay, I guess we're gonna have to go get some string. Okay, good news. Someone else is selling string. So I'm just gonna pick up 2 stacks of those. Now we could make as many candles as we want, and that should be plenty. So let's try this out. Let's just go up a bit. And then we can grab our candles and just place a few, light them up. And then we just break all the blocks. And we have some floating candles. Now we just gotta repeat the process over and over again. So I put a bunch of candles up and I think it's looking really spooky and magical and I absolutely love it. Another idea I have is if we take white tinted glass and just put them in the air, that could be spooky. Maybe mix some orange in there too. And I believe I have some glass left over from doing the windows. Oh my stars, look how pretty everything looks at nighttime. It's all lit up and it's beautiful. Alright, let's do the glass though. I got some glass panes and we're just gonna dye them orange and I have some white ones, so let's try and mix them up there with the candles. Yeah, I liked how that looks. Okay, let's try to do that for the others. I think it's looking really nice. Honestly, the glass really adds a nice touch. This pumpkin patch is turning out amazing and I cannot wait to continue expanding this. Now we have a way to get plenty of more pumpkins, and next episode we can start spreading them all across the server. Whoever this melon cult leader is, they don't stand a chance against me. Alright everyone, thank you so much for watching this episode of Interstellar SMP. I hope you enjoyed it. I feel like we got a lot of things done today, and honestly, these pumpkins are definitely going to be amazing for not just me, but everyone on this server. If you enjoyed, please consider leaving a like, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye!